Move on to this one now, and it's in Johannesburg because it's almost a decade since the City of Johannesburg's multi-million rand Soweto Hostel upgrade program began. The Orlando Women's Hostel was part of the project, and the plan was to move families back in after the redevelopment. But years later, the project is standing still, and the pipe in the yard spills sewage day in and day out. Residents want the pipe fixed and the promise of moving in to be finally realized. Nqobile Madlala joins us now from Orlando this morning with that story. Nqobile, indeed, just behind you, as you've been showing us a little bit earlier on, was that redevelopment, but nobody in those houses.
Nobody in those houses, and behind that redevelopment, I'm going to show you, is the sewer that basically looks like a whole river on the road. So it's not only just affecting the houses that you see right in front of us, it's also affecting the road itself, the infrastructure currently being destroyed by the water, that sewage that's just flowing in and out of this place every day. Now, the houses that you see right in front of us have to deal with the smell basically day in, day out. And those residents are standing with me right now, and I'm going to try and get those conversations going with them. Lerato, you've lived here all your life, really. I mean, if you look at how the sewer has just been ongoing, how does that hurt your family?
It's been giving us a lot of problems, and regarding health for everyone else, because we're inhaling sewage. The stakeholders are aware. The MMC was here. We report the matter, but there's no one who's attending to this matter. So we would like everyone, like all the stakeholders, to be aware of this as they came and they took all the photos regarding this matter, but there's no one who's helping us. We do need to be assisted regarding the sewage.
And of course, this is affecting also people's livelihoods.
It does. A lot, because of, like, during the night, the air that we inhaling, it's not healthy at all. There are kids who are playing, like, just right in front of these houses and playing with the very same dirty water, which is sewage.
Nqobile, you live in the house right behind us, and I'm going to ask Lerato to just move this side so we can see right behind us. This is the house where you live with children, and you were concerned about how you even move out of the house because it's wet everywhere.
Yes, it's really affect us because we can't even walk outside. We can't even open windows. It's too stuffy in the house, and it's too worse when you are cooking because it's so hot in the house. So this really affects us a lot.
And how's the smell in terms of how do you feel like when you're cooking and there's that kind of smell?
I don't understand the smell because it's the food, it's the sewage, so it's combination of something that you don't understand.
And I know, Uguti, there's us Zandi just across the road who also has a business and she's had to shut down.
Yes, that's true. Sis Zandi over there, she was a great cooker. We are pegalo mama, I don't want to lie. So she has to shut down his thing because he was selling bread, steak, mokhodu. Like on Mondays, you know that we have mokhodu Monday next door here. So she can't because even celebrities were coming this side. So now she had to shut down because the celebrities can't buy food at this place like this. No, it's really affecting.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Nqobile, and she lives in this area. And of course, you can see Arabile just behind us. That's her home, and this is the place that she's talking about at this point. And she's talking about how this is affecting her family and how this has affected her family for such a long time. And these are the issues that they are faced with. And of course, I'm going to try and bring in my guest now, another person that is coming here from Water Can, Arabile. And we were here yesterday looking at the river with you, Dr. Farrell Adams, and you were saying to us that the water needs to be sorted, but it was coming from this sewage, and now we know that people's livelihoods and even their lives are affected. What's the impact of having to smell this every day?
I mean, I think it's a complete violation of people's basic human rights and dignity. Living with sewage outside your house all the time, having to have your windows closed, not allowing kids to play outside, all of that is basically your entire life being affected. So I really do think that it's a violation of our human rights, a violation of our basic human rights and dignity. This is just unacceptable. We had a team yesterday, at least they're listening. So we know that they're listening, but I just drove past and they fixed the one kind of blockage, but there's another one that's bubbling up, and that's why this is still flowing. That's why I think this has been 8 years? I have no words.
And we know this is something that obviously is very dear for the organization that you stand for, but perhaps if you can make us understand, is this something that you can do to help these people?
Look, we spoke to Joburg Water and they said they're aware of this issue around the hostel and that it's an infrastructural issue, you know, it's an aging one, and that they have earmarked it. But it's 8 years. So we need timelines, we need actual, like, when is this going to be fixed? Because the community cannot keep living like this.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, Nqobile, as you can hear, the community here is affected, and of course even some of the stakeholders that are trying to intervene, not getting the right answers at the moment. But of course we are trying to reach out to the department. We have asked them if they can come join us and see what is taking place here. We know that they're considering our questions that they ask that we send them, so we're waiting to hear from the housing department in terms of what is the solution here.
Indeed, what are the solutions? Because that's what people will want to know. Nqobile, thank you so much for that report.